The Inquizition Quick Quiz. Hello, and welcome to the first ever Inquizition Quick Quiz. I'm your host, Luke Ryan. It's been a while since the last season finished, and it may be a little while before we get more team episodes going. So I'm going to be doing some regular quick quizzes to keep you going with your quizzing and your quiz practicing, or something just to listen to on the bus or tram or whatever you're doing. Each quick quiz will have 10 questions to test your general knowledge, and you'll get the answers at the end of the podcast. Can you get all 10 correct and be an Inquizition Quick Quiz master? There's only one way to find out. Let's dive right in and start with the questions. So, quick quiz question number 1. What is the name of the famous fountain located in Rome? What is the name of the famous fountain located in Rome? Of course, I'm sure there are quite a few fountains in Rome, but the big one, you know what I mean, the one that's really busy all the time. Question number 2. According to the Bible, on which mountain did Moses receive the 10 commandments? According to the Bible, on which mountain did Moses receive the 10 commandments? Of course, commandment number 1 for quizzes: thou shalt not use your mobile phone or internet connected device during the rounds. Question number 3. The juice of which fruit gives a traditional cosmopolitan its pink colour? The juice of which fruit gives a traditional cosmopolitan its pink colour? Now, of course, if you're at a regular table quiz, you shouldn't be asking to order that drink during the round, but feel free to go make yourself one. If you're at home, if you're in the car driving, probably not. Question number 4, you might want to pause this one. You might need a bit of thinking time or a bit of backtracking, but question number 4, which iPhone model was released in the year 2014? Moving on to question 5, Margaret Keenan was the first person vaccinated against COVID-19, but in which year did she receive her vaccination? Kind of all seems so far away now that there's all the other stuff going on with climate change and the war, but we still have a bit of COVID going around, so do stay safe. But Margaret Keenan, the first person vaccinated against COVID, what year did she receive her vaccination? Moving on to question number 6. Which planet was the first to be discovered by telescope all the way back in 1781? Which planet was the first to be discovered by telescope all the way back in 1781? Question number 7 is a throwback to the Inquisition Season 1, Episode number 12. I'm telling you, let's see if you remember. Trumpets typically have how many valves? Trumpets typically have how many valves? Question number 8 is a sporting question, and it's from this summer. Which team won the UEFA Women's European Championships in football this summer? Which team won the UEFA European Championship in football this summer? That's the summer of 2022. Question number 9, we'll have a little bit of travel and a little bit of classical music. In what city would you find Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart Airport? In what city would you find Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart Airport? And finally on to question 10, which is a 3-pointer. You'll need to get all 3 parts correct to get the point on this. In astrology, what are the 3 earth signs? In astrology, what are the 3 earth signs? Okay, so we're going to get to the answers in a moment, but if you need a bit more time to answer the questions, feel free to pause the podcast. We'll have a little break to give you details about contacting the show before we get to the answers. Thank you for listening to the Inquizition Quick Quiz. You can find the Inquizition podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's also available to download on all major podcast sites such as Spotify, Apple, and all the other ones. Feel free to post your score to the quiz or comment on the episode. You can do that on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also email us at theinquisitionpodcast@gmail.com. That's theinquisitionpodcast@gmail.com. Inquisition is with a Z. Okay, let's get to those answers. So question number 1, what is the name of the famous fountain located in Rome? It is, of course, the Trevi Fountain. Trevi Fountain, though I'd recommend visiting in the later evening when there's fewer people crowding around and making it impossible to see. Question number 2, according to the Bible, on which mountain did Moses receive the 10 Commandments? It was Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai. Again, I recommend visiting in the evening so it's not so crowded. Question number 3, the juice of which fruit gives a traditional cosmopolitan its pink colour? It is the cranberry. It is the cranberry that gives a Cosmo its traditional pink colour. Question number 4, did you backtrack enough on this one? Which iPhone was released in 2014? It was the iPhone 6. Great little phone that was, the iPhone 6, which was released in 2014. Question number 5, Margaret Keenan was the first person vaccinated against COVID, but what year? It was 2020. Margaret Keenan, the first person vaccinated against COVID-19, received her vaccination in 2020. Question number 6, which planet was the first to be discovered by telescope in 1781? It was Uranus, or Uranus, depending on your pronunciation. Uranus or Uranus was the first planet to be discovered by telescope in 1781. And we'll sidestep any possible jokes for the name of that planet too. Question number 7. Let's see if you remember this from the Inquisition Season 1, Episode 12. I'm telling you. I wonder if my sister Claire remembers it. Trumpets typically have how many valves? They have 3 valves. Trumpets typically have 3 valves. Question number 8. Which team won the UEFA Women's European Championships this summer? It was England. Well done to the England women's football team on that victory. Question number 9. In what city would you find the Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart Airport? It is a city in Austria, and that city is the beautiful Salzburg. You would find Mozart Airport in Salzburg. And finally, question number 10. In astrology, what are the 3 earth signs? You'll need all 3 correct to get the point. They are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So that brings us to the end of the first Inquizition Quick Quiz. How many points did you get? Feel free to post on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter and let us know. Did you get 10 out of 10? Are you now an Inquizition Quick Quiz master? Do let us know. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the quick quiz, the first of many, I hope. Stay tuned and we'll be back with more regular quick quizzes. So take care, enjoy the rest of your day, week, month, whatever, and see you soon. Goodbye. The Inquizition Quick Quiz.